Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'll be using the new LF Future Gohan on the Super Saiyan team. I'm using him with this yellow-blue team because I find it really fun to use. Bardock applying the Super Saiyan buffs to both Future Gohans actually results in surprising amount of damage. Here in this first match we're going to be going against a fusion team. Their merge Masu has a really high star count, which is surprising because he's not really offering any buffs to the team, but Super Vegito isn't really the best unit anymore, so that's understandable. I started with the LF Future Gohan because I wanted to stack his damage inflicted buffs. The first time he comes in, he has a 45% damage inflicted buff, and on the second time he comes in, he'll have a 90% in total. Here, when I used the green card, I saw that he was going to go for an attack, and with it being Kefla, it could really only be a tackle, a strike, or a blue card. I managed to draw out the Clash, and you can see he's doing pretty good damage to the Kefla. I should have dropped comboed, expecting the Vegito blue here because I would have dropped Kefla's health to about half. But luckily, since I popped the green earlier, I have a sustained damage cut. This was an embarrassing play because I not only did I cop a tap attack, I also went for a blast card on a unit with blast armor. And now we're going to be stuck in a pretty long combo because with Kefla having started the match, he has a full hand of strikes, and with Vegito Blue drawing a strike card after every single time he uses one for 2 times, of course it's a long combo. Here you see I'm being a little bit aggressive. I think I need to tone it down a little more. I'm also sidestepping a lot, which makes me predictable and prone to being baited by tap attacks as I was earlier. I cover changed here with LF Gohan so that I could lock 2 of the cards in Kefla's hands, which made him go for his ultimate right away. I brought in the old Future Gohan now because I figured it doesn't really matter if he takes damage, gets fainted, or anything. At the end of the day, I really want him to die so that I could get the damage inflicted buffs and the card draw speed from our other 2 units, which are the stars of the match. Here we have a Rising Rush coming in, and honestly, this couldn't be a better scenario for me. This is definitely the unit I wanted to die, and now we have their Rush out of the way. I did call it, which was unfortunate for my opponent, but in the grand scheme of things, it didn't really matter. I made a good play dashing forward and trying to wait for a sidestep. Unfortunately, though, my opponent did not go for it. And now we finally get our Future Gohan to die. And here we see Bardock with some card draw speed buffs from his main and from the Gohan dying. But here's where I make a misplay. I hesitated a bit because I didn't know if I should go for my ult here or not. The better play was obviously go for the ult, but because I hesitated, I allowed him to evade because I dropped my combo. And in this next exchange, I also mess up. And the only reason I come out on top in this exchange here is because Gotenks is the only unit in the game with a long range ultimate attack. So it has a longer window to activate as opposed to a rushed ultimate like Bardock. And here we get to see the Vanish restored on Gohan strike cards. You'll see after a string of strikes, I practically have my Vanish gauge back already. Gohan's a very good unit. He has a lot of gimmicks in his kit which really make him fun to use. We managed to draw him out so we could get the LF, but unfortunately our opponent did not want to see the LF. I really appreciate the Future Gohan's legendary finish because just the frame you see the Kamehameha at from behind him, and you just see his tremendous power as he unleashes a full power one-handed Kamehameha. It looks really sick. It kind of reminds me of Yellow Cell's ultimate attack where he has the solar Kamehameha, and that was my favorite ultimate attack for a long time, so I really like the Gohans. This right here shows where I'm a little bit rusty. I can't react to tackles lately. I don't know why. I always misclick and go for a blast card when I should be going for strikes. And then I managed to save Bardock with a cover change from the Gohan. He destroys 2 cards when he comes in, so we managed to shorten Kefla's combo by a lot. And here, you saw that damage on Kefla. It was pretty impressive considering she's a high star count and Gohan's only 3 stars. I also managed to remember to drop combo against the Vegito Blue, which, you know, I'm really proud of myself for, even though I should get it most times. I made another misplay here. I should have held on to my ultimate attack a little longer because Bardock's main ability grants him card draw speed. He also gets card draw speed after a certain amount of counts have elapsed in the match. And if I get the old future Gohan to die, you could technically get +3 card draw speed at some point with Bardock. And that would definitely do a lot of damage with him because he has really high key restore speed, so you can really pump out cards with him because he has decreased cost. Here, my opponent might have thought that it wasn't worth it to bank on the feint to finish the Gohan, so they just went for the rush. But you know, I'm happy because this is the unit I want to die. I got the rush out of the way and Kefla's ultimate, which nullifies endurance, so that's a big pain for the Ella future Gohan. Here we see Bardock with +1 card draw speed, I believe. I don't think his secondary card draw speed buff has initiated yet. He sacked Vegito Blue. Now we don't have to worry about any ultimate attack, which will nullify endurance on the Gohan, so he's in a pretty good position. And he's also type neutral right now for another couple counts. His ceiling strike arts is really useful too, especially against fusions and their long combos. Here I anticipated his tackle with my ultimate, and we get to see the legendary finish. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys next time.